Optimizing your engagement funnel 101. Optimization is all about numbers. You need to know the actual numbers of people coming into your funnel and how many are going through and dropping off at each and every stage. Then you need to know how many are giving. People are often afraid to see their numbers and try to avoid knowing them. But this is the funnel equivalent of not opening your bills because you don't want to know how much you owe. It won't make things better, and sooner or later, it's going to catch up to you. Right from the start, accept that data is your friend. Make sure you can see and track the numbers for the important stages of your funnel. Once you have the numbers for your engagement funnel, you can start optimizing. Okay, if numbers are key, what are they? You want to focus on a few key performance indicators. These KPIs are the metrics that will guide engagement efforts to deliver better and better performance. The KPIs that you want to quickly bring into focus are visitor flow levels. How many people are coming into your funnel relative to the number of new donors you're looking to acquire? Visitor to prospect conversion rate. The percentage of these visitors that provide you with their email or another way that you can connect with them. Orientation email series performance, the percentage of people opening your emails and what percentage of those are clicking on any links inside. Prospect to donor conversion rate, what percentage of your prospects are becoming donors. When seeking to optimize a number of indicators, you will want a way to prioritize where to focus your energy. To do that, you should use the iMission Institute Red, Yellow, Green Light Optimization tool. If the results are in the red range, then it's a critical area to focus your energy. If results are in the yellow range, this is an area you should look into to optimize once you have fixed any red areas. A green result gives a level of performance associated with strong results, but it doesn't mean you're done. Results can always be improved, but it does mean this area is working well enough for you now that you should prioritize red and yellow areas of your funnel. When you are first launching your funnel, don't be alarmed if all your indicators are red. That's not unusual, and so long as the engagement funnel launch team is ready to use optimization techniques and tips, yellows and greens can start lighting up quickly. If you have many red lights on your indicators, prioritize your energies by starting with the ones higher up and earlier on the funnel. Move your visitor flow levels from red to yellow first, then get your visitor to prospect conversion rate to yellow, and so on. The first number you need to know is how many people are actually coming into your funnel. This is called your traffic, and it is critical that you know and understand it. You want high volumes of traffic flowing into your funnel. By getting each of your key performance indicators into the green light zone, you keep your traffic flowing with more people reaching your goal of new donors. No matter how well designed your engagement funnel is, not every visitor is going to become a donor. Actually, we know that most won't. At each stage of the funnel, some people choose not to continue. That's why you need to attract many visitors for each new donor you hope to acquire. Start by defining what your total new donor goal actually is. If you are a small nonprofit with only 100 donors today, you may look to double your donor base to 200 donors over the next year. If you're a larger nonprofit, you may be looking for 1,000 new donors or possibly many more. To define your nonprofit's donor target goals, there are two things you need to do. The first is to make a reasoned assessment of the number of people that might be interested in supporting your nonprofit. Local, regional, national, and international organizations each have a progressively greater pool of supporters to pull from. Different missions will also have different levels of support. Consider both your geographic reach and the level of interest in the issues your nonprofit addresses when setting your donor targets. The second is to determine the resources you have available to attract people into your funnel. Filling your funnel requires resources. One important nonprofit resource is its social networks. Activating these networks sometimes can be all you need to drive traffic into your funnel to achieve your results. Other times you will need to invest in direct advertising like online social media advertising or direct mail to fill your funnel. In setting your donor goals, it can be helpful to break your annual new donor goal into monthly targets. For instance, if you are targeting 1,000 new donors, that would be about 85 new donors per month. Once you've defined your new donor target, you need to determine if you're getting enough traffic into your funnel to reach your goal. To do this, take your traffic and divide it by your new donor target. The result is your visitor flow level. Make sure that you are using traffic and new donor target numbers for the same period of time. A visitor flow level of 35 or less will put you squarely in the red zone, and your engagement funnel will struggle like an engine without enough gasoline. A flow level between 35 to 60 puts you into the yellow zone. A visitor flow level of more than 60 puts you into the green zone. The amount of traffic you need to reach a green light for your visitor flow level might seem intimidating, but it's often more a matter of harnessing the exposure and the interest that your organization is already getting and funneling them into your online engagement funnel. Social networking offers a quick and low-cost way to boost your traffic and improve your visitor flow level. Ask your staff, board members, and other existing supporters to encourage their friends to check out the cool, no-cost action item on your landing page. Make it easy for them to share your message by providing tools like social media posts, emails that they can send out, or even note cards that they can hand out. A simple pop-up on your website can also be a very quick way to redirect lots of traffic into your funnel. You can also take advantage of social media and online search advertising, which offer inexpensive, highly targeted, and extremely effective ways to move interested people into your funnel. The next step is to get visitors arriving on your landing page to give you their contact information in exchange for the no-cost action item. Once this happens, the visitor becomes a prospect. You measure the effectiveness of this landing page using the visitor-to-prospect conversion rate. This is simply the number of people who provided their contact information divided by the number of visitors to the landing page. If your visitor-to-prospect conversion rate is below 10%, then you have a red light. A conversion rate between 10 and 20% is a yellow light, while over 20% means you have a green light and are ready to go. There are several areas to look at for optimizing your landing page to improve your visitor-to-prospect conversion rate. The only way to know for sure which element isn't working is to make changes and look at the results. You don't want to change everything all at once. Make small changes and evaluate the results. To optimize your landing page, you should be asking yourself the following questions, and if your answers to any of these is no, you know what you need to work on. Does this page match the promise that brought people to the page? Does this page speak to the persona you targeted? Does the headline quickly grab the attention of a visitor and provide a clear idea of what the page is about? Does the image do a good job of evoking emotion or making the purpose of the page clearer? Do the bullets make it clear on how the visitor will benefit from the no-cost action item? Is the no-cost action item something that people want and think is worth exchanging their email for? If your answers are mostly no, then you might want to start over from scratch. As new prospects are added to your email lists, you should be sending them a series of orientation emails. Optimizing this email series is all about improving your open rate. That's the percentage of people who open each email. Open rates are typically higher for the first email and then gradually decline over the course of the series. That decline is normal, but you still want to work to optimize both the early and later emails. For your first orientation email, an open rate under 25% is a red light, 25 to 40% is yellow, and over 40% is a green light. You're in the red zone if your open rate for the last orientation email is less than 15%, in the yellow zone if the open rates are between 15 and 25%, and in the green zone if you're above 25%. If you want people to open your emails, you have to get past their spam filters first. Avoid using spammy keywords and phrases, and avoid using all caps or too many exclamation points. Once you've gotten past the spam filter and into their inbox, you need to look at your subject line, since that's what needs to get the reader's attention and interest them enough to open the email. If you have higher performing emails, use these to model your new subject lines. If your open rates start okay but quickly fall off, then it may be less an issue with your subject lines and more of a problem with what you sent in prior emails. More prospects will open your latest email if they found your earlier emails interesting or relevant. Check to make sure those early emails are focused on what the new prospects care about or want to read. The next step in optimizing email performance is to address the click-through rates for your emails. The click-through rate is the percentage of people who opened the email and clicked at least one link in the email. This number is important because it tells you how many of the people who opened your email found the content useful or interesting. Click-through rates are in the red zone when they are below 6%. They are in the yellow zone between 6 and 12%, and they're in the green zone above 12%. To improve your click-through rate, start with a few basic adjustments. Make links more effective by avoiding phrases like "click here." People may not click because it's unclear where the link goes. Instead, make your link text descriptive and clear. Use phrases like "register now," "take action today," or "join our community." Sometimes including multiple links to the same content throughout the email can be helpful. This is particularly effective for campaigns with a single call to action, such as prompting your subscribers to access other no-cost action items or even making a donation. If you make those changes and your click-through rates are still in the red zone, then you need to be asking the following questions. Is the link correct, and does it work properly? Simple mistakes here have ruined many a campaign. Is your email text providing a clear and compelling reason for them to click? If not, make sure that it does. Finally, are you promoting something that just isn't interesting to your prospects? It doesn't matter how interesting you, your director, or your board might find a piece of content. If it isn't interesting to your prospects, you shouldn't be using it here. The final area is the most important, since it's why the whole funnel exists in the first place: getting actual donors for your organization. New donor conversion rate is the number of people who made a donation divided by the number of prospects who saw your ask or request for a donation. This is the hardest stage, and your numbers will reflect that. If your new donor conversion rate is below 5%, meaning that fewer than 5 prospects in 100 who see your request actually give, then you have a red light. If your new donor conversion rate is between 5 and 8%, you have a yellow light, but if you can get your number above 8%, then you have earned a green light. If you are used to working with direct mail numbers, these numbers might seem high, but there is an important difference. You are now appealing to people who you know are interested in the issues your organization is addressing and with whom you've taken the time to build a relationship. There are 2 ways to optimize your donor conversion rate. The first is to troubleshoot your payment process. Check your analytics and see if people are clicking to start the donation process but not completing it. It only takes a bit of confusion or a small amount of frustration with a payment processing system for people who wanted to give to abandon a payment process. The other way to optimize your donor conversion rate is to get feedback on your process from people who were in the process themselves. How do you find those people? Look at data generated from your email orientation series and identify the people who opened at least 3 of the emails, including the last direct appeal email, but did not make a donation. Then reach out to some of them directly. Ask them for their insights into how your fundraising might be improved. Do this by emailing them first, explaining to them that you need their help. Then ask them if it would be okay to give them a call. Based on the feedback you receive from those interested prospects and donors, make changes and test the results. To review, there are 4 key performance indicators for optimizing your engagement funnel. Visitor flow levels, how many people are coming into your funnel relative to the number of new donors you're looking to acquire. Visitor to prospect conversion rate, the percentage of these visitors that provide you with their email or other way that you can connect with them. Orientation email series performance, the percentage of people opening your emails and what percentage of those are clicking on any links inside. Prospect to donor conversion rate, what percentage of your prospects are becoming donors. Optimizing your funnel is about getting improvements in these key performance indicators. This is an ongoing process. You will want to get all of your areas out of the red, but that doesn't mean that everything needs to be in the green for your funnel to be successful. Also, just because your funnel is totally in the green doesn't mean you shouldn't be testing and trying to make it even better. You do need to launch your funnel to get real data on what is working and where you need to improve today and in the future. The quicker you launch your funnel, the quicker you can get the real data you need to most effectively engage with donor prospects.